Hello, welcome back to Blue Ice Vintage Toys. Recently I've noticed a few collectors have been on live streams and on the videos saying they collect vinyl soundtracks, other kind of soundtracks, 8-track soundtracks and things like that. I have done a vinyl collection before, but I'm just going to go through my soundtracks today. I do actually collect vinyl soundtracks, and I had a lot of them growing up, but they got left when my mum and dad moved, unfortunately, so I lost a lot of them. So I've had to restart my collection. But I did get this from a friend at work. He says, "You like Star Wars, don't you?" So I said, "Yeah." So he sold me this for £20, which I thought was an absolute bargain. It is the original double album. It hasn't got the poster with it, unfortunately, but that is the Star Wars soundtrack. Yeah, the poster's not there, unfortunately, but it got me to thinking, why not collect all of them, all of the Star Wars soundtracks. Now, the next two I got at Echo Live for £5 each. I know, unbelievable. It's not the best quality. The cover's quite damaged. It does play. I've got it in the plastic, so it doesn't get any more damaged. But it does have the. I'll get it out. It does have the. Little booklet inside. It's all there. And it has the very interesting notes. There's an interview with John Williams and the very interesting notes. So if you ever try and find one of those, read those notes. They're really interesting. So that's the Empire Strikes Back one, which I got, as I say, for £5. And then also, at the same place, the same vendor, I got Return of the Jedi for £5 too. I think he was actually selling the Star Wars one for £5, but obviously I already had it, so I didn't bother getting it. Now this is the iconic teaser poster, which those are George Lucas's hands, and you just see a little Death Star 2 there. I love that. So again, this is only a single album, where the other two are double albums. It's a shame, really, because I think Jedi has a lot of the same music as Empire and Star Wars, because it repeats his music, but I feel like he should have had a double album. So those are the Star Wars ones. Now, this is obviously the Force Awakens soundtrack. This is really special. Again, this is a double album, but you can see how shiny it is. When you actually play it and you shine a light on it, there's a Millennium Falcon that goes around like a holograph on one of the sides, and on the other side it's a TIE fighter. So I am after all the Star Wars soundtracks. So that will be interesting to get. I've got the Rogue One, which I've never opened. I've never opened it. Can you believe that? Look at that, that's beautiful. Really nice cover. Spoilers, there's Vader on the back. Yeah. I've obviously listened to it because I've got it on Spotify, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should open it. Maybe I should. But I need all of them. Next up is one of my favourite soundtracks of all time. Again, this has not been opened because I've got the CD of it, but I had the 7-inch, the 12-inch, and the soundtrack album for Ghostbusters. Loved it. I played it over and over and over and over and over again. And again, this is not being opened. I do love the sound of the vinyl, the crackling. It's amazing, isn't it? Where we move forward to get rid of the crackling, and now you want it back. But that is one of the best soundtrack albums. A lot of these are music, but this obviously is a soundtrack album. Going on from that, I do have the score album as well. Again, not opened. I do intend to open that because I want to listen to it. It's the remastered anniversary score, first ever vinyl release. Clear vinyl with unique slime center and 4 unreleased tracks. So really, I do need to listen to that. But Ghostbusters is obviously one of my favourite films of all time. But it's the music, and there's Ghostbusters theme. There is what was going to be in Ghostbusters before the music came in. There's going to be no music in it. In the last minute, they decided to put music in it. But there is Ghostbusters performed by Ray Parker Jr. So there is aspects of the Ghostbusters theme in there as well. So they've worked it in there. It's really interesting stories that. And if you're interested in soundtracks, there's a podcast out there that talks about soundtracks. Going on from the Star Wars, I've got the American Graffiti. I think I got this very, very cheaply, simply because it's George Lucas, and the way it opens up, it's got rock and roll music on them, which I've always loved rock and roll music. Got the Bill Haley, Del Shannon, Chuck Berry, Beach Boys. It's got everybody on there. Buddy Holly, Fats Domino. And the way it opens up is it's a double album. That's the way it opens up. So even if you didn't want to play it, you could probably put that as a poster. If you know me that well, you know this is my favourite film of all time, and never had this as a soundtrack growing up. Never had it on vinyl, never had it in cassette. The very first soundtrack cassette I ever got was Temple of Doom. I loved it, and I bought it and I thought, well, it's just the music. It starts off with Anything Goes, but then it's just the music. I thought, that's a bit weird, but yeah, I just started liking soundtracks ever since then. So this is a double album. It's a reissue. It's not the original. It's got Indian Temple of Doom on it, which 2008, 2016. So 2016 this came out, but it's just got all the excellent music in from Raiders of the Lost Ark, and it opens up like that. Fantastic. That is probably, if I'm listening to music, that is probably the one I put on. Next up, we have Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence. Great film. You can see I got this for £5. Great film, but the music is unbelievable. If you've not watched this film, you need to watch it and listen to the music. Absolutely fantastic. I've obviously got David Bowie in it, but Forbidden Colours is a song that they sing, which is the theme tune. It's just unbelievable. I like these two, going back to Star Wars, I like these. I like the bootlegs because there were so many out there. I do collect the bootleg as well. They've actually put a sticker on it. This is not a recording of the original soundtrack, so there's that many bootlegs that came out. But they've put Star Wars on side one and just random. But it's theme from 2001, and then all the Planet Suites on site too. So yeah, those are something else I collect. And there's another one. The Sounds of Star Wars. Sonic All Stars, Pickwick Records. So you've got it's all Star Wars there. Mission Control calling all Earthlings. What? Okay, right. That is just amazing. I love these. I love these. So let's move on to the next one. Beverly Hills Cop. Now this I had on cassette and I played it constantly. I think the summer of '84, it was either Ghostbusters or Beverly Hills Cop. I think I had a cassette where I recorded Ghostbusters on one side and Beverly Hills Cop on the other, and just kept playing it. That Danny Elfman, Glenn Frey, who did the Miami Vice, some of the Miami Vice music. Harold Faltermeyer. Excellent. It's a fantastic album. Good film as well. Good film. I think I saw that about 5 times at the pictures. Easy Rider. Some excellent music on there. Great film too. Quickly going through these now. The Red Dead Redemption 2 album. Original soundtrack. So this is the music of Red Dead. It's just brilliant. Cruel World, Willie Nelson, that is fantastic. And every time you're playing Red Dead, you're just thinking about this all the time. Absolutely fantastic. And you know I play Red Dead all the time, so I had to buy this, and it's red vinyl. Red vinyl. Rockstar, we need figures for Red Dead, please. Some of these albums, like this one, are just like charity shop finds. Yeah, some of these albums are just charity shop finds that I've probably found for 50p, maybe £1. But the Going Gets Tough Get Going, that was one of the biggest songs of the year. Yeah, I had this out, the single. That was a really big song. I don't know if it went to #1, but the album, I don't know how well that did. The film I only saw once, and I've only ever seen it once. But there you go. It's just nice to have. And you find these albums cheap at the charity stores. Next up, so another one I haven't opened, from an excellent TV show, Vikki Blinders. Yes, I paid £34 for it, and I haven't listened to it yet. But it's a double album. It's very heavy vinyl. Some excellent songs on there. Excellent songs. But again, it's something I listen to on Spotify. I do that. I buy albums and I don't open them. Here was a present bought for me by my ex-wife. I could do with a frame for it, really. I've never played it, obviously, but I do love that Back to the Future soundtrack. That's another soundtrack that I listen to over and over again. But to have the vinyl with the picture disc, I had so many picture discs that got lost. It's gutting, really. Next up, we have another soundtrack I listened to extensively back in the 80s, and yes, Top Gun. It does a £3. I think I bought it for about 50p or something silly like this. And again, very, very good soundtrack. Very good film. These are all random now. Favourite TV themes. These you saw all the time in the 70s. I mean, Ironside, Haley Smith and Jones. Half of it I don't called it. I don't even remember. I'll be able to remember. Nationwide called it Haley Smith and Jones. World of Sport. You also have World of Sport. The only thing that isn't on here that should be is Hawaii Five-0. Hawaii Five-0 was on every soundtrack going. I do have The Sound of Music. Again, it's just something I picked up very cheaply. Never seen the film. Never listened to it. But I was watching the Hollow Chronicles, and my favourite things is on Sound of Music. Andy and Josh. Sorry about that. Wasn't in Mary Poppins. Oh dear. Again, another theme tunes album. I think I need to play this. I really think I need to play this. Let's see what's on it. Sailing from Ark Royal, Charlie's Angels, Starsky and Hutch, An Indian Line, Black Beauty, Streets of San Francisco, The Waltons, Sleepy Shores, I don't know what that is. Hawaii Five-0, like I say, every album should have a Hawaii Five-0 on it. Film Night, Shaft, Sweeney, $6 Million Man, Eye Level, Wings, Paul Dark, New Avengers, New Faces, Kojak, and Generation Game. I need to put this on. I really do now. I'm not going to put that on today. Next up we have. Now I had this as a kid. I had it as a kid. I had to get it again. I got it from charity shop. I don't know how much I paid for it, but I had to get it again because this is one of the first albums I ever got. Loved it as a kid. It's got all the classics on. All the classic Mana. Oh, look at that. Happy Christmas. 1977. Wow. It's probably about the time I got mine. There you go, there's the Muppet Show. Next up we have Absolute Beginners. Now, I remember seeing this. I've only seen this film once. And I had the soundtrack, and the soundtrack was absolutely fantastic. So I saw this in the charity shop. I had to get it. It's got a Vespa on the front as well. Lovely Vespa. Patsy Kensit as well. Don't know who the guy is. Can't remember who the guy is. But it's Patsy Kensit's in it. But David Bowie, obviously. I've not seen it since, and I don't really know if I want to. Maybe I should. Should watch it again. I don't know. You never see it. You never see it on TV or anything like that. It just disappeared. But the soundtrack is brilliant. Monty Python album. £2 from Oxfam. Another Monty Python record. They're always good, the Monty Python records. I don't know what this is. The Batman theme. Bruce and the Robin Rockers. I have no idea what this is. I picked it up at the charity shop. Batman theme. Pow, what is up? Wham. Frugging the Riddle. Frugging the Riddle? Whatever. Monkey and the Penguin. Take that, you fiend. Batman Chase. In my merry Batmobile. Song. Wap. Wow. Robin's Nest. Give 'em Zap. Old chap. Yeah. I've not played it. I probably need to find out what the hell it is. Next we have one of the best soundtracks of all time. The War of the Worlds. What an album that is. Is it a soundtrack though? Is it a soundtrack? I'm sure it is. I think it is Richard Burton. You have to play that. You have to. Oh. Absolutely fantastic. That is. This is the original version as well. It's not a re-release. It's original. Got this from a charity shop in York. Not a charity shop, an antique shop in York. And this as well. The remix, The Eve of the War. So those two go together. Side 2, Mankind Strikes Back. That music. If you've not listened to that music, I don't know what you're doing. Rocky 4. I remember I never watched Rocky growing up. Me and my friend went to see Rocky 4. I think he must have seen them all before. But all I remember is the soundtrack. I had the soundtrack simply for the training montage. Living in America, they were really big back then. Because they used the training montage in the Channel 4's American football coverage. That's one of the reasons I got it. Yeah, good film. Good. I like it. I like the film. 1985. So I've since watched all the Rockies, and I do like them. I do like them. Next we have John Bon Jovi, Blaze of Glory from Young Guns 2. Again, I had this on CD actually, one of the first CDs I ever bought. Not a really big fan of Bon Jovi. My first wife loved him, so I went to see him in concert. I went to see Bruce Springsteen, and then 2 weeks later I went to see Bon Jovi. Now, chalk and cheese. Bruce Springsteen was absolutely fantastic, and he did like 4 hours. Where John Bon Jovi, I don't know if he was unwell. He never came on for an encore, and did about 2 hours. And half of the songs that I liked he didn't do. But there you go. That's Young Guns 2. Another one that I've picked up, popular music that will live forever, looks like High Noon. Yeah. Over the Rainbow, really old songs in here. Some good ones though. Gone with the Wind, Gigi, High the Mighty, Exodus. One of them must be High Noon because he's got High Noon on the front. Anyway, there you go. That's that one. Popular music will live forever. It will because it's on a vinyl album. Another picture disc is Deadpool 2. Again, I've not opened it. It's limited edition. Not played it. And it's the score, not the songs. I thought it was the songs. I do want the songs. So I love the songs for 1 and 2. I would like 1 and 2 soundtrack. And this is the score, but it's got the picture disc. I love the picture discs. Next up is the best sporting film ever made, ever created, ever filmed. The Natural. And the music, I had to get this soundtrack. I used to watch that at least once a year. I haven't watched it for a few years, so that's something I need to watch. I think I do have it on. Yes, I've got it on DVD, so I need to watch that. It's about the right time. Summer's coming. Yeah, it's time to watch The Natural. Another film you need to see if you've not seen that. And lastly, we have one of my favourite soundtracks of all time, Miami Vice. This is probably one of the first albums I bought with my own money. I remember it being £5 actually, and getting it from W.H. Smith's £4.99, and this was £5, so I didn't mind paying £5. Miami Vice was everything. Around 84, 85. Everything. We dressed like them. I had the model car. I even had the model gun. And we dressed like them, and listen to the soundtrack over and over again. Every had posters on the wall. I read all the books. We used to wait till a new book come out, because we'd obviously I missed the first few episodes, so the books were catching up with the episodes. But this is this is my favourite TV show of all time. I have got the definitive collection, 32 discs of Miami Vice, and that is something I need to watch again. Love it. Love Miami Vice. It was a cultural phenomenon. Before this cop show, it was just basically a cop show. TV series were just like run of the mill. I wouldn't say run of the mill, but you know what I mean. They were playing, and then Miami Vice hit, and we had music. We had a song in every episode. Every episode. The pilot's got the Phil Collins, In the Air Tonight, and they should have. They did 3 of these soundtracks, and they should have done a lot more. A lot more. I remember the episode with Brothers in Arms by Dire Straits in, which was one of my favourite episodes. I loved it. I was really into Dire Straits at the time, and then that came on at the end of the episode. Oh, my head nearly exploded. Anyway, check Miami Vice out, and check out all the films that I've said there. And yeah, I kind of waffled on quite a lot now. So thank you for watching. Tell me in the comments which soundtracks you have and which ones you need. The ones I need are the ones that I've lost. I would love the Star Trek 2 soundtrack. I would love all the Star Trek soundtracks, but Star Trek 2 and maybe 3 as well on vinyl, because I had those and I played them to death. So Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Khan, definitely is a must for me. But there's so many soundtracks that I need and want. And just tell me which ones you're after and which ones are your favourites in the comments below. So until next time, thank you for watching, and may the toys be with you.